I know this sounds like a pain in the ass. You're gonna need to buy a scale. It costs $15. No messing around with cups. This is a science. You don't need that bullshit. You need to get down to the gram. So it all starts with the flour. It's a 50-pound bag, so it gets pretty heavy. It's not a big enough hole. Jesus Christ. God damn it. Yeah, it's 50 pounds. I got flour all over the floor. 310 grams of flour. Sure, you can try other shit. The 00 Caputos, the expensive shit, the artisanal stuff, the Whole Foods bullshit, General Mills, Gold Medal, Pillsbury, Trump's, you've named it. This is the best flour I found. So you measure that out, you get 310 grams, put it in here. You throw it in your KitchenAid, you lock it down, use the paddle. Why not the dough hook? The dough hook sucks. It fucking tears apart the dough, you wanna use the paddle. Then we measure out your salt, your yeast, and your sugar, and we put it in a container like this. Everything with pizza comes down to percentages. I found that the best dough, you use 68% water. You use 1.5% yeast, you use 1% sugar, and 2.5% salt. We have it in this plastic container here. We have, again, the yeast, the sugar, the salt. It's tare. Make sure that the water you're putting in it is really hot from the tap. We're gonna use 68% water, so for that 310, that makes 210 grams. And we pour that in. 197. Now we gotta go slow from here on out. I sometimes do this to get us over the top, because you don't want to go over, man. This is science. I went just a touch over, so I'm just gonna take a touch out. That was sloppy. That's why it's all about getting it down to the gram. Again, you can buy these things at Walmart, Target, and don't go to fucking Walmart. Go somewhere else and buy it. I mean, we don't have to get fucking political here, but if you eat this pizza, maybe you'll believe in science at the end. We're shaking it up, we're stirring it. This is activating the yeast. This yeast can stick to the bottom. The last thing you want to do is just dump it in your flour, and then all of a sudden you got a bunch of yeast down there. How are you gonna get that out? Water. Then you got too much water in your dough. We flip this on so it doesn't flip up. And we turn it on the lowest setting. Then we pour this in. And we get every last drop out. And we don't mix it for very long. We really don't want to be mixing it for more than like 1 or 2 minutes. And I'm seeing this all come together pretty fast. I'm gonna stop it there. There's no reason to overmix it. The more you overmix it, it screws up the glutens. It's sticky. This is a high water content dough. This is what they do in New Haven. Because I used to go to places and get doughs and make a pizza, and then at the end of the day, the dough wasn't good. And you just gotta make your dough your own. You can't go to Whole Foods or Smith's or Harmon's and buy these bullshit pizza doughs that they have. It's never gonna, the flavor's not gonna be there. They don't do a cold ferment. You don't wanna ever roll a dough out with a rolling pin. If you have to use a rolling pin for your pizza, you just throw your dough in the garbage right away. You know, this is mass-produced bullshit. In order to handle this, you just put a teeny bit over the top, and I pound it in, and then I flip it, and then I do just a teeny bit, barely anything, because to handle this without getting the dough all over yourself, you just need a touch of flour. Believe me, you don't need that much. Then once you kind of fold it into itself a few times, just need a touch of flour, touch more flour.
The Lady Gaga concert is coming on soon. I need to wash it.
Lady Gaga's not going anywhere. Don't get this in the shot. I don't want people knowing that flour's here. You don't want this flour. So right now, I'm working the dough into a ball. I want to get out all the air pockets. What is this angle? What the hell are you doing?
Get the shot.
Get in the shot, man.
You're ruining my shot.
So now that the dough is rolled into a little ball, I've gotten out all the air pockets. I twist it into a little nipple here. I tuck the nipple. I go nipple side down. And it goes into a little Tupperware container. And I'm rubbing oil high up on the side here because over time this dough rises and this dough is going to go from here to like up to here. So if I don't get the sides oiled, then you're not going to be able to get your dough out of the container. So I oil high on the side. High on the side, just remember. I put it nipple side down in here. I cover it and I put it in the fridge for at least 24 hours. At least 24 hours. So this has got to go in the fridge for 24 to 72 hours. Ideally 48 hours. And we throw it into the fridge for at least 24 hours. 68% water, 1% sugar, 1.5% yeast, 2.5% salt. Simple. And that's a pizza dough. I mean, if you're going to try to jimmy this with teaspoons and tablespoons and listen to Epicurious and Food and Wine, you're not going to get it right. First of all, don't listen to those recipes at all. I looked at a recipe for lard, and they asked for 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. You don't use 1 tablespoon of fish sauce in a lard. It's like a half a cup. I mean, you ask anyone at a Thai restaurant, I mean, that's all it is fish sauce.